All right. Good evening, podcast world, and those out there on Facebook Live. Time for another episode of Things My Mother Never Told Me. Say hey, Tanya.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for joining in with us on tonight. We have a special guest tonight.
Yes, we do. This is going to be good. I want to hear what he got to say about this long career.
Yes.
Darryl, she's like I told you while we were talking beforehand, she's going to read your bio, and then we're going to ask you some questions, and let's just let you tell your story.
Yeah. All right, everybody, let's welcome Darryl Pierce. He's a professional musician. He was born in Great Falls, Montana, where his father was stationed in the Air Force at the time. His mother moved him back to Detroit, where he grew up. He started his formal drum lessons in the 4th grade, and he played for his first professional job, or gig, as they call it in the musician world, at age 12 in 1970. By the time he was 16, he was encouraged to audition for the Interlocking School of Music and received a 2-week summer scholarship to study and perform with the Interlocking Jazz Band. Later that same year, he was encouraged again, this time to audition for the Detroit Community School of Music, now known as the Center for Creative Studies, and was fortunate enough to win a 2-year scholarship to study classical percussion there. He graduated from Cass High School in 1976 and spent a short time at Michigan State University. During that period, he was recommended to audition for a Stevie Wonder production project where he was put together at that time, based in Detroit. He was fortunate, and he liked, and Stevie Wonder liked his playing. And over the next 45 years, he spent a lot of time living and recording between LA and Detroit. He received a lot of awards. So let's welcome tonight so he can tell his story, Mr. Darryl Pierce.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm hanging in there, man. How you doing?
I'm doing real good, Yeah, so we always like to, especially when we got one of our alumni, we always like to talk about people's educational background. So you're a cast technician?
Definitely. You'll never regret that. It's one of the best decisions I ever made.
I know that's right. Yeah, it's just getting close to half our guests now been graduated from cast. So.
Close to half. I think they're the only people he know almost outside his family.
Well, a lot of us.
There's a lot of you.
Right. So
I'm honorary, Darryl.
Yeah, she honorary. So let's get into some of this stuff. So your mother went to visit your father at the Air Force Base, and you were born.
Yeah. Yeah, I still got issues with her about that, but that's another story. Yeah, I'm the only one out of my family that was born outside of Detroit.
Okay.
Yes, I've taken a lot of flack from a lot of my Black friends.
I know they expect you to be a cowboy or something.
Cowboys and Indians in Montana.
Look like you adjusted with that hat. I don't know.
So I had the opportunity to finally go back after 60 years to Great Falls, Montana. I'd never been back there before, but I had actually a concert show up there. Okay. So I flew in and found the place to be one of the most warm, heartfelt places I'd ever been for in my life. I couldn't believe how friendly the people were. So I decided to commemorate it by having this hat made.
Okay.
So it didn't look anything like this when I first picked it out. It looked like a hat that Hoss would have worn, on
Ponderosa.
I wanted to commemorate the fact that I had gone back to the place of my birth, and it's just I'd never take it off. Now I feel naked without it.
Well, that's good. That's a good thing.
Well, it looks good on you.
Yeah, thank you. I've got a lot of compliments on it. It looks good from the stage.
Yeah, you wear it well.
Yeah. So you started taking lessons in the 4th grade. I was about to say age of 4. In the 4th grade.
I started in the 4th grade. It's kind of hard to think about it, but by the time I got into the 5th grade, the music teacher told me that she didn't think I had what it took to play drums. So she stuck with that. So my mom knew better, and she
Mhm.
took me to a private teacher. So while I was playing clarinet during the 5th grade, I was studying drums privately.
Okay.
By the time I got to 6th grade, I was first chair drums. I
All
was
right, see that? I
okay.
don't know.
So
Some
I did
teachers don't have a vision.
some wasn't right, you know.
Right. That's right. Yeah, yeah, right. Like she just said, some people just don't see it. It's up to us to follow our dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Forget them. And so then 10th grade, interlocking. How was that?
Fantastic. I mean, I learned a lot. Um, if I remember correctly, it's a long time ago, but the music director for that jazz band was Louis Hayes, the trumpet player, and we even before we left, we recorded an album, which I still
Okay.
have. You know,
All
and
right.
I go back to remember what I used to couldn't do. You know, just to keep me honest. You know,
That's right. That's right. Well, all
it
right.
really wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. So I'm proud of it.
Yeah, yeah. And so
And you were there 2 years?
At Interlocking, no,
no,
just 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Oh, 2 weeks. Oh,
weeks.
okay.
And so who?
Oh, that's right. I see that.
I wanted to go out for the Cass Tech football team, and I qualified for it. Unfortunately, football camp was the same time interlocking camp was.
Okay.
So they
Oh.
said you had to make a choice.
Well, you know, in the was it 10th grade, 9th grade, whatever that football season was, there was no JV football
Right.
because of the millage and whatever, all that mess, and they canceled JV. Because I was on the JV football team, and when they canceled the team, I went and played Pee Wee football somewhere else, not knowing they were still having practice.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I wound up just running track.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever you got to do.
That's right. Do something though, right? So who recommended you for that?
For what the
For interlocking?
interlocking, the head of the music department at Cass at that time, his name was Jack Shelby,
Mhm.
and he had me audition for it, and I passed the audition. They liked what they heard and gave me the scholarship to go there. So
Okay.
it
Mm.
a lot of students from all over the United States, and some of them were even from out of the
Right.
country.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it was definitely a learning experience. Just
Right.
I was never a camp kind of person, but
Right.
it wasn't camp like camp to be.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
it
Well,
was regimented, but it was cool.
yeah.
I made
Okay.
some lifelong friends there.
Cool.
Wonderful.
And so then later that year, you auditioned for Detroit Community School, what now the Center for Creative Studies.
Again, yeah, Jack Shelby suggested that I audition for them, and they liked what they heard. They saw the potential,
Mhm.
and it was wonderful.
Okay,
Wonderful.
so right, so it said now that's where the 2 years came in at the 2 year scholarship. So
Mhm.
how did that did you were at Cass,
Yeah,
but you were going there for
after school. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
okay.
'cause I go there and study with shoot, wish I could remember my teacher's name because he was one of the auxiliary percussionists with the Detroit Symphony Orchestra.
Okay.
Okay.
Still picture him. I just
Right.
Mm-hmm.
smart at the moment.
Well,
So
like you said, it's a long time ago.
yeah, it was.
Hey, but that's wonderful though.
Right. So you had a lot of good fortune because
Yeah.
you had people who finally believed in you outside of your
And they
house.
recognized talent when they saw it.
Exactly. And, with some skills, some talent, and just being around some really good people.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Okay. So we working our way up. So then when you graduated in class of 76,
Yeah.
best class ever came out of there, if I must say so myself. You went to Michigan State for a short time. Here we go. Another recommendation. Stevie Wonder.
Well, I was I had become a mailman after I left Michigan State.
Okay.
Mhm.
Eventually, it got around to me that Stevie was putting together this group that he wanted to produce.
Mhm.
And I was one of from what I was told, I don't know how truthful it was, but I was told I was like number 20 or something as far as drummers that he had auditioned. And they recorded me, sent it out to LA, and came back, yay. Okay. That Stevie liked my plan. I still didn't believe it was actually an actual Stevie Wonder production because you know how people talk.
Right,
You know?
that's right. That's right.
So I was doing this rehearsing and going into the studio and recording original songs with the other members of this band that Stevie had put together because he handpicked everybody in the band. It's a
Okay.
70s band. And the name of the band was Phoenix Rising.
Oh, okay.
It featured Lorraine Jackson as the lead vocalist.
Okay.
Stevie had met her, I think, in Pittsburgh and moved her to Detroit and told her to immerse herself in the Detroit music scene and find musicians that she felt comfortable with, and he would yay or nay them.
Okay.
So this went on for a couple of years. You know, I'm doing this rehearsing, I'm doing this recording and whatnot, and it was all cool, but I'm still delivering mail every morning, you know,
That's right.
taking care of the JOB.
Yeah.
And one day I got a call from Lorraine saying that Stevie was coming to town and she was throwing a surprise birthday party for him
Okay.
at her house, and that we all needed to be there. I showed up at her house right after work. I think I got there about 5, 6, 7. It's about 11:30 at night, and I'm like, I got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and go deliver.
Yeah, he ain't coming. I know.
Just as I'm putting on my coat, the doorbell rings, and there's Stevie with a small entourage. And we went down, after the meet and greet, we went down into the basement and we played all night long. I think I left there finally about 9 o'clock the next morning.
Oh, wow.
I was supposed to be in work at 7. Okay. But at that point, my feet hadn't touched the ground. So
Yeah.
I'm with Stevie Wonder.
Yes. Yes.
This is actually for real.
Yeah.
This is for real, you know. So
I know.
yeah, the project was a fun project. It lasted, like I said, about 4 or 5 years. Kind of got sidetracked because Stevie hadn't put out anything for a while. The last thing he had put out around that time was Secret Life of Plants. And if you
Right.
remember that album,
Yeah.
okay, it was more of an art piece than it was a seller.
Right.
So the record label told him, whatever you're doing, drop it for the time being and work on your own stuff, because Michael Jackson had Thriller out, Prince had 1999 out, and they were kicking his butt. So we were kind of put on hold. 3 of us moved back to Detroit because we were staying out in LA for a while.
Okay.
And we were just waiting to move back to LA, but nothing was happening. And after a few months, Stevie didn't want this band to fall apart. So periodically, he'd have a conference call with all of us. One of the guys was in Arizona, one was in Miami. People were still in LA, and 3 of us were in Detroit. And we kept it going for another couple of years. By 1984, I got the opportunity to go out with Mary Wilson and the Supremes. And I
All
decided,
right.
so that's what happened. And
Yeah.
the project just never came back together again after that.
Oh, wow. Yeah, well, you know, can't wait forever.
I tried, you know, I
That's
tried.
right. Yeah,
But it
'cause
was a wonderful experience, and I learned so much from that, man.
Right.
'Cause, I mean,
Right. If it wasn't Stevie, you wouldn't have waited that long.
pretty much. Yeah.
I know, because that's
I absolutely adored his personality, his aura. As you can imagine what you think he is, he's exactly that.
Okay.
Okay. He's a beautiful human being, man. And I will always treasure that time that I spent, you know, with him.
Right.
Taking him up to, being in the studio with him out in LA and taking a break, and him deciding he wanted to play drums, and walking him up there to the drums and standing back and watching his magic. I just couldn't believe that all of that noise was coming out of him. And it was, I shouldn't say noise, it was
That's right.
beautiful music.
Yeah, yes.
I just couldn't believe it. This man was multi-talented, and he just liked to make good music. Okay?
Yes.
So he will always be-
And that's what he did. And that's exactly what he did.
and he helped you play good music.
you know. And I did get the opportunity to work with him for, unfortunately, a funeral. It was a close family friend of his, and he had come back to Detroit, and his music director called me up and asked me would I do this funeral. I didn't know it was for Stevie. I thought it was for the music director.
Right, right.
I rushed over to the funeral home. I get up on the drums. I set them up with myself. And just as I'm finishing, I see Stevie walk in with, Nate Watts. And I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. And it was just the three of us, his bass player, Stevie, and myself. And we played for his cousin's funeral.
Oh, wow.
See, he thought very highly of you.
That was an experience.
Right.
06, 07.
Okay. Okay.
Wonderful.
Beautiful. So who I want to talk? Let's talk about Martha Reeves and the Vandellas.
Short-lived. I only did 3 shows with her.
Okay.
Okay. Before I hooked up with Betty LaVette.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Enjoyed my time with Martha while I was there, but it didn't last long at all. Got the opportunity, got a call, and Betty had a drummer, a longtime drummer, an incredible guy. He's also with the Spinners. Okay. Betty's career was this was like 03. Her she'd gotten reborn, I guess, her career had. And I got the call. They wanted to know would I be interested in subbing for her regular drummer because they didn't know if the schedules were going to conflict with the Spinners.
Right.
So I get to Betty's house for a /audition/rehearsal. Before I got there, her previous drummer had taken out the little drum set that he had there. I don't know to this day why, but it happened. Okay, so I didn't have any drums with me. All I had was sticks. I looked around her basement and I saw the Rubbermaid garbage can over in the corner, turned it upside down. And by the end of the rehearsal, she was like, honey, you gonna play drums, he gonna sub for you. And I was like, huh? Come this March will be 19 years with her.
Oh, wow. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah. She's become like second mom to me.
Yeah.
Really, and I can't say enough nice things about her. Okay.
Okay. All right. Beating up on the trash can.
Now you know you got some talent. You know what I'm saying?
Whatever it takes,
That's right. You know they say always be ready.
And you know our culture, we know how to improvise. I tell you, that's one thing we know how to do. What about when you were the drummer for Alexander Zanzi?
Oh yeah, I was doing that at the same time I was doing Mary Wilson and the Supremes.
Okay.
And I love Alex dearly because he gave me an opportunity to even work with him and Bob James.
Okay.
But Alex used to fire me and the percussionist, because we were both with Mary Wilson and the Supremes. Every time we left, we got fired. We got to town, we got rehired. And we go back out of town, we got fired. And we come back to town, we get rehired. So I did that for 2 years with Alex, and I owe him a lot. I learned a lot from him. He's a beautiful musician. So to this day, we still good friends.
Okay, yeah, because he's still doing good stuff in the city.
Yeah,
in and around the city. So
he loves the city. Yeah,
yeah. He's really doing a lot. To his credit, he's really doing a lot to try to keep the music scene going.
Yeah, he is, and has brought a lot of very talented, younger musicians into the fold. Just keeping the music going forward.
Yeah. So, right. Okay. So again, another wonderful contact for you.
Yeah. I just oddly enough, just recently hooked up with some long lost cousins through Alex. I hadn't seen since 1969.
Oh wow.
Okay. And one of them and his wife just happened to be at one of his shows. And Alex wound up for some reason sitting down at their table. And my cousin asked him, have you ever run across Darryl Pierce? And I guess Alex looked at him really funny. And Alex, Darryl's with Betty LaVette now. And they found me on Facebook. Just now reconnected over the last couple of months.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I tell you.
Cool.
That circle, the older we get, that circle gets smaller and smaller. Oh my goodness.
You never know.
Right.
Never know.
And so, since you brought his name up, I see here on your bio that you did some stuff with Bob James, Fabian, Danny and the Juniors, and Nat Adderley.
Yeah, yeah. Nat Adderley, I used to work with. I lived in Tampa Bay for about 7 years, and I worked with Nat on and off in different, concert situations.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
That was cool. Fabian, um, that was something that I did along with Mary Wilson and the Supremes in Las Vegas. They used to have
Okay.
those big shows back then, and Danny and the Juniors, Fabian, we were as Mary Wilson's backup band. They hired us to back those guys up too.
Right.
So
Okay.
it was out there for a few
Yeah.
years, you know,
Yeah.
out there.
Amazing.
Great memories.
I know that's right. And then Mudfuck.
Mud Puppy, my heart. Yeah, we were together about 11 years, before we
Wow.
went our separate ways. When I moved back from Tampa Bay,
Mm-hmm.
I came back in the fall of '93.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the first gigs I wound up doing around town was with this musician by the name of Paul Randolph,
Okay.
incredible bass player and vocalist and songwriter. And he recommended me to this guitar player by the name of Mark Pasman, who called me up and asked me to do drums along with some other musicians at the Holly Hotel up in Holly, Michigan every Tuesday.
Okay.
So they would bring in all of these blues artists and we would back them up. After a few months of doing that, the band realized that we had a chemistry going on, within ourselves. So we decided to let's take a chance and do something. So everybody came up with names for the band. Everybody had like 5, 10 different names that they threw out there. I had one name that I had in my back pocket forever. It was Mudfuck. And as soon as I threw it out there, they said, that's it. Because the band was kind of a swamp, funky, New Orleans style, R&B
Right.
band.
Right. Right.
Whatnot also. So it's a great band. We had a lot of fun, played all over the Detroit area and just other, out of state stuff. So I'm still in contact with all of these guys and we all love each other as brothers.
Right. Yeah, because I remember that band's name. I remember when I saw Mudfuck, I remember the name. I don't know if I ever actually saw you guys play or heard you perform, but I remember that name.
Like, yeah, we used to play a lot, like at Memphis Smoke and Fifth Avenue, and Cisco's, and which was down in Taylor. Did a lot of the festivals and whatnot, and it was just a powerhouse band, with a lot of love coming off the stage.
Right. And I see that you guys won some Detroit Music Awards.
Oh yeah.
97, 98, and 2000.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got greedy. Was it? Well, no, this outstanding rock pop instrumentalist. That's just you.
That was just me. I'm proud of that one.
Yeah.
So y'all had a good time, especially in 2001.
Pretty much.
And you was on the Conan O'Brien show and David Letterman and Jay Leno.
Yeah, now that's big time.
All of that with Betty LaFette.
Okay.
Wonderful.
We did Conan once, we did David Letterman twice, and we did Jay Leno 3 times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing but eternal good memories,
Right. Right. And I guess she refused to perform without her band, huh?
Huh?
I said she refused to perform without her band.
For the most part, yeah. Whenever she could get away with it, she only will use Detroit musicians.
Okay.
I don't know if it's her water or what, but that's where she feels it at.
Right.
Detroit musicians, they feel her and she feels them. So that's what where she comes.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Well, Detroit talent keep it real.
Yeah.
All the time.
Oh, yeah.
so yeah, that's beautiful.
It was.
So what okay, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna top right here and see if you had a chance to think about it. Things my mother never told me. You come up with anything?
things my mother never told me. She never told me I'd be put on the spot on a podcast.
No, no.
Yeah, that she should have warned me about, but this what can I say? I appreciate you all, wanting to talk. I'm a nervous wreck. I'm a shy guy. I don't normally talk a whole lot. You can ask anybody who knows me. I'm just a quiet guy. But
well, you're doing all right now.
I'm trying to keep it together. Okay.
I don't know how you can be shy. You was on all these had all these great performances.
Yeah, but keep in mind, I was a drummer. I was in the back.
I know you wasn't out there coming up there talking, but when they say get a drummer, son,
the vocalists, singers, everything, guitar player, I was in the back. So yeah, I was my comfort zone.
Well, you know what? I'll say this. I know some singers and people who are out front when they perform who say the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
When they get time to sit down and just be interviewed, that they are nervous, shy, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, we all here.
Because it's a different thing. It's,
it is. Yeah. It is. The boys.
But you had such good experiences. It just seemed like it's just easy to talk about. Because I can't even imagine being in the midst of, like you said, Stevie Wonder or Jay Leno, all them.
It was definitely wonderful experiences. Treasure. To my last day. I count my blessings, okay, and a lot of it came from my mom. Yeah. Okay, this is the way she raised me.
Okay.
So I'm just very thankful.
Yeah, not only that, she had that vision to put you in that drum, that you play them drums and look, don't worry about them people. I know what you're doing. She saw you.
She watched me tear up enough toy drum sets and bongos that, as a fetus getting into, up into the times in the 4th grade, that she knew better.
That's right. That's right.
Did it good.
Right. So you give drum lessons. Yeah, you were telling us. So tell us about that.
Well, I've been teaching since I was 14, and the music store that I went to was called Musicland. They had 2 of them. They had one at the corner of Wyoming and Curtis, and another one on the corner of 6 Mile and Muirland, right over there by U.D.
Okay.
And I was taught by actually the owner of the store, who was actually an organ player, keyboards. And he was like a side guy for Motown also. So he knew a lot of people. And he taught me the first couple of years to read drum set music and whatnot. And I took to it. I was practicing it every day. And by the time I started it when I was 12, because that's when I got my first real drum set.
Mm-hmm.
I was 14. He decided, you're good enough that you can teach. And I was like, okay. Again, nervous, scared to death. But some of my first students, one of them was Gladys Knight's younger brother.
Okay.
Right.
I'm 14. This is a grown up.
Yeah.
And he was taking lessons from me. I also taught for a minute Teddy White Jr., who was the Reeves son.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's now an accomplished guitar player and singer-songwriter in his own right.
Mm-hmm.
But I was doing that and teaching, taught through high school, through going to Cass and whatnot, left Cass, Michigan State, and then just taught around Detroit, taught down in Florida when I was living there, and I'm still doing it. It's not something I really enjoy unless the student actually wants to learn.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I'm just babysitting. Okay, but right now, I'm thankful that all the students that I have are serious about what they're doing.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Well, so you had the students who they didn't really want to do it. Their parents wanted them to do it.
Well, they needed, parents looking for just some time out, okay? A little break. So it was just one of 20 other extracurricular activities that the kids were doing during that week. That's all that was about.
Yeah.
So here's a question. Did you ever have one of those students who wound up actually liking it and doing something?
I have one. I have one right now. I have one right now that is knocking my socks off. I
Okay.
mean, he's getting ready to graduate high school, and he's trying to pick the college that he wants to go to, and he's insanely good.
Okay.
Okay, I've had some good students, but this particular one, he's off the hook. Problem is, he's like me. He's shy, so he's scared to death to go to play with a band,
Ah,
even though he has every ability that you can think of to do it. So I'm
mm,
still working on him about that. So we'll see what happens. You know,
okay. Okay.
it's a work in progress.
Yeah. 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 We hope he follows your path.
I hope he does too, but we'll see.
So I know you said you got the tour coming up. What else? What else in the future? On the horizon?
Watching what this COVID crap is going to do. Basically, trying to better myself. You know, taking care of my mom. You know, because she's up there,
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
and like I said, I owe her so much that there's no way I'm not going to make sure that she's all right.
That's
So,
right.
Oh,
um,
we
but just
understand.
loving life and trying to be necessary. You know, I mean, I've got some health issues like everybody. You know, but I was in bad
Mm-hmm.
that I shouldn't even come out of,
Oh,
but
wow.
lasting stuff that you can
Mm-hmm.
do. So uh, we'll see what happens, what the future holds for me. I'm just trying to hang in there. You
Yeah.
know, many many different people as I possibly can.
Yeah.
Right now, I do it every Tuesday blues jam at a cigar martini bar
Okay.
called Cat Lounge. You know, and it's a fun place. Gets lots of different musicians coming out there and whatnot.
Hmm.
And I play in church on Sundays. You know,
Okay.
um, and what do I got? I have a private gig at the Detroit Yacht Club tomorrow night. You
Okay.
know, I don't even know the musicians, but one that I know of. So I'll find out when I get through the door tomorrow. That's always fun for me. You
Right.
know,
Right.
new experience,
Yeah.
musicians interacting.
Yeah. We got a question for you.
Okay.
I don't know if you know Pam. You might know Pam Galloway. I don't know, but she wants to know: do you teach any other instruments?
No, just drums.
Just drums. Okay.
I'm trying to study. I have been on and off trying to study classical guitar,
Okay.
which I realized I should have started when I was 12 because I'm old now and these fingers with arthritis and all kinds of other, stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't like classical guitar. I don't know if you're aware of it. The frets are a lot bigger than a normal guitar.
Okay.
Trying to stretch and get those chords and stuff like that. I spend more time cramping than I do actually making music. But I think it's not one to, want to do it. I like flamenco music and Brazilian music a lot.
Right.
So
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, I know because I'm piddling around trying to learn to play this keyboard.
yeah, you know what I mean? You know, it gets harder as you get older, but you
Mm-hmm.
never stop trying.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I tried so much. I went and bought one, then I bought another one.
Yeah.
It's sitting over here, looking at me like I'm crazy. I don't
Yeah,
visit it
he'll
enough.
bam on it every
Yeah,
now
I
and
don't
again.
visit it enough, I
And
guess.
that's all right. That's all
Yeah,
good.
it's all right. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
And let me answer
Do what you like.
Right. Let me answer this question because she asked another question. Yes, Charles, you talking about Charles scale or Charles and Gwen scale, Pam?
Oh boy.
Yes, he did come out in 76 from Cass.
Yes. Charles and I are brothers. Okay.
Okay.
And I love dearly. I used to work with them quite a bit back in the
Okay.
day. But I had a band uh, in junior high, starting with the 7th grade.
Mhm.
And to this day, we're still very close as brothers. The name of the band was Peyote, and Charles was the keyboard player. There's another young man by the name of Stuart Skaggs on vocals, lead vocals, rhythm guitar, and flute. And another brother by the name of Burt Collins, who now lives in Virginia, but he's still playing. Out of the 5 of us, 4 are still active musicians.
Okay.
Okay. And our bass player, we still stay in touch with him, but he hasn't touched his bass since we left high school.
Oh wow.
Okay. It's actually, I've been to his place in Las Vegas, and it's a piece of artwork in his den. And I can dig it, but he's doing really well as a banker, you know. So he's good. But I just saw him recently. Did a festival out in Las Vegas a few months ago with Betty,
Mhm.
and got a chance to hang out with him, go have lunch with him and his lovely wife. So yeah, we're still tight. I just saw Charles Scales and Gwen. They
Mhm.
opened up Betty at the sound stage
Okay.
Okay.
casino. So that was a nice reunion.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
We had a special guest, Dave McMurray, on sax, and played one of his tracks that Betty sang on.
Okay.
So fantastic.
Mm.
The highlights of my life being around my fam. Okay,
Right, right.
yeah, good vibes.
Yeah, yeah. Because Yvonne was telling me because you know thank her for getting you talking to
Yeah,
you and then you know between the two of us twisting your arm to get you to come on here. but yeah, she was trying to reach out to Charles too because Charles, we didn't know each other really in high school.
you didn't know Charles?
No, just in
Okay.
passing, just in passing. But
Yeah,
yeah. Cass was a pretty big place.
it was. You know,
And did you come out in January or June?
I came out in June.
See, there you go.
You know,
Sometime
so,
I wish I'd have came out in June. Yeah,
yeah,
Charles, I know Charles did. Sometime I wish I'd have came out in June because I would have got my all state in track. Because I like 75 was the last year I ran. But yeah, we talking about trying to get him and Gwen on here to you know talk about what they've been doing. So
yeah. Good luck with that, because Charles, he's busy. You know,
busy.
books a lot of the stuff at MGM Casino. Okay, so that keeps him running.
So he's the booking agent there?
From what I understand, he handles all of the booking at
Okay.
MGM.
Okay.
Okay.
As well as doing his thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
He does a lot of solo piano as well as, you know, band stuff whenever possible.
Okay.
As close as we are, we have trouble hooking up with each other. You know?
I can imagine.
Right, I know that feeling.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
But it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
I got a question for you.
Okay.
Do you know Electra Fulbright by any chance?
Of her, we didn't really know each other that well, but of her. See at Cass in my group, I was the shy one.
Okay.
So although I knew of a lot of people, I didn't really know them that well.
Okay.
But yeah, without a doubt, you can't forget that name.
Well, I didn't. Yeah, I didn't know Electra really well, but I knew her in passing.
Right. Exactly.
She's Betty LaVette's manager now.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Yeah. She just got the position last year.
Oh, wow.
Betty's longtime manager became ill, and Betty had known her because they grew up on the same street together.
Okay.
As a child. So
I told you this small world right here.
They told me that, you know, Electra was going to take over as manager, and my jaw dropped. I was like, too small of a world. This is incredible, you know. And she's doing a fantastic job.
I'm sure she is.
Fantastic job, yeah.
That's all we do from Cass is fantastic jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, in a day go by that I don't thank, you know, the stars that I went to Cass.
Yeah. Because
learned so much and met so many people.
Well, you know, since you look here, so see if you can push her my way. But what prompted you to go to Cass?
Good one. Good question. I was getting ready to graduate from junior high. My junior high went through 9th grade, 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Okay.
And I had an English teacher there. I was thinking about either going to Mumford, because that was my neighborhood high school, or Henry Ford, or Redford.
Okay.
I had an English teacher who knew how much I was into music, and she had some free tickets, some complimentary tickets to Cass Tech's spring concert.
Okay.
So me with my shy self, I caught the bus downtown, you know, on a weeknight to go to this concert. And what I saw and heard that night, it was no way I wasn't going to Cass. I didn't care how far away it was.
Okay.
Because to see that many young people with that amount of talent play, okay, blew me away, completely wiped away. Right. And I had to go there. I knew it was meant for me.
Right.
So never regret it.
Okay. So did you get there 10th grade?
I got there in the 10th grade. So I was there 10th, 12th, yeah.
Yeah, because me and my friends, we went there in the 9th grade.
Okay, yeah, a lot of people did.
Yeah. We just had I think a math teacher came and asked us about going to Cass. We ain't know nothing about Cass.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Over on the east side, we like whatever and say okay, and we thinking we're gonna go there and take over the sports teams.
Right.
So that's why we wound up going. So, but yeah, excuse me. So that's why I wondered what prompted you to go, because it was a teacher that just asked us about it. So we said okay, yeah, we'll take the test. No big deal.
Yeah.
And, you know,
I never thought. I mean, when she gave me the tickets, I'm like,
yeah.
But I'll go check it out. One of the best decisions I ever made.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Besides mom with them drum sets.
Well, and her going to visit his father when he's in Montana.
And bringing him back home.
I used to take solace in the fact that I thought I was made in Detroit. She told me, no, she was made in Montana. No kind of law from Detroit. Okay. I still move. I've moved away a few times and I always keep coming back, man. Like it's gotta be the water. It's got something.
It's got to be
Detroit.
It's something about Detroit. It really is.
And I love it dearly. I don't care how anybody tries to slam it somewhere else. I'm always defending my home.
Yeah, we do too.
Yeah,
we do too.
Yeah, even though I had my reasons for being in Farmington Hills, but I still, I lived in Detroit way longer than here.
Yeah, we still say we're from Detroit. We still say that.
Yeah,
we're from Detroit.
Yeah,
we say that.
It's the place. I mean, outside of some knuckleheads, Detroit is a wonderful place to be.
Exactly. And you know what? I didn't been enough other places to know there's knuckleheads everywhere.
Yeah. Exactly.
So
exactly.
I call Detroit home.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Mm-hmm.
So
how do you get your students?
If
somebody wanted to,
sometimes word of mouth. But for the last maybe 8-9 years, I was involved with a school that's actually in Plymouth, Michigan. And it's called the Plymouth Arts and Recreation Complex.
Really?
So what they did is they took the old Plymouth High School and some philanthropists bought the school and turned it into a little bit of everything. People rent out, they lease out the classrooms and remodel them for whatever they want to do. So you've got you've got glass blowing classes, cooking classes. They have a full Olympic sized pool. So you've got all kinds of swimming classes and aerobics and Zumba, and you've got businesses up in there. It's incredible. And the music school I was involved with is in there too. Unfortunately, I wound up having to leave last August, but I took the students with me. Okay. So I go to their homes now.
Okay.
And it's working out beautifully. So
wonderful.
Just
play on their own equipment.
Okay. Okay. I thought they do a workout for the parents, but I guess since they got their own equipment, I guess it does. They shouldn't have bought them. They didn't want them to play them.
And I get along with the parents, pretty well. They trust me to, do the right thing with the kids, and that's what I do.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Well, I know that, but I was thinking more along the lines of them practicing the drums.
These parents are very supportive of their kids, no matter what they do.
Beautiful.
So, for that, I'm appreciative.
Yes.
Okay. I don't have any more that I'm babysitting. Let me put it that way.
Okay.
Leaving the school took care of that.
Yeah.
And I make it work. It's good.
Yeah. Right. It makes a big difference for you when you're not just babysitting.
Yeah. I mean, because to be honest with you, I've been teaching long enough that I hate it. I don't like teaching, but when I get a student that shows me that they're serious, all of a sudden I'm reborn. Okay. And it's nothing I won't give them.
Okay.
Nothing. I will teach them everything that they want to know.
Okay.
So.
Wonderful.
So my next question for you then, since Tynia asked you that, is how would somebody get in contact with you if they wanted to start take up the drums?
Well, I mean, they can email me, text me. Uh, I'm on Facebook,
Okay.
so I mean, they can contact me through that. I actually have I think what they call a Facebook page.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, so I mean, they can contact me through that, and I've gotten some from that.
Okay.
Through word of mouth, believe it or not.
Okay. Okay. And so say your email address, excuse me, because Brandon will write it down and post it.
Okay, my email is Aubrey Sammy, and I got to spell that for you. AUBREYSAMMIE, Aubrey Sammy at yahoo.com.
Okay.
Excuse me. And then also at your Facebook page.
Yeah, I
Right.
think it's just Darryl Pierce.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I think I haven't looked at that in so long, but as far as how you contact me on it, but
Well,
just search on Facebook, Darryl Pierce, DARYL PIERCE, and my pictures on there.
right. Well, the reason why I say that because I was out looking at your page earlier today, and you ain't the only one. You're not the only Darryl Pierce out there on Facebook.
I found that out. I did a search once and said,
but
but
yours is different from the other pages, though.
Right.
Yeah.
Because
yours, right? Yours is more of a page, and then the other ones are just Facebook people on Facebook.
Right.
Right. So it's a difference. So that's cool.
Wonderful, 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 Darryl.
So you got any more questions for me?
No, that was the main thing, because like you said, when I think about all the fantastic Motown people you were with, and then you with Miss Betty LaVette, what can you say?
I treasure my experiences. They keep me going on, keep me waking up every day.
Yeah.
With the excitement, what the new day has to offer. So I know I'm blessed, and I get a chance to see Yvonne when I go to New York. Okay. I'm going to make an effort to at least get her some tickets to the show, her and her significant other, and we just like to see. I haven't seen her since we graduated.
Really?
Yeah. So her reaching out to me caught me off guard.
Right. I thought y'all had conversation fairly, recently when you brought your name up.
We just kind of rediscovered each other about a year or so ago.
Okay.
And when I realized who it was, I remember I used to play football across the street in the park from her house. Okay. So, and fond memories. Yeah. Good people. So
right.
I definitely want to try to reach out to her when I'm in New York, and hopefully we'll get a chance to go out and have a coffee or an adult.
Right.
All right.
Without a doubt. So look, to tell Betty we said hello. She don't know us, we don't know her, but tell her we said hello anyway.
And thank God for you.
Yeah.
Thank God for you.
So is there anything else that you want to leave with the listeners?
I'm just hoping this COVID crap goes away. It don't feel like it's going to do it anytime soon, but I keep hope alive, because I'd like for the world to get back to being the world rather than stressed out the way we are.
Right. Almost being caged up.
For real. I love everybody. I try to be a good person, and I think I achieved that for the most part, and I keep wanting to try to make good music.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let's keep doing that. We appreciate that.
Well,
knowing that you in the area, maybe we can get together and have an adult beverage or something.
All right.
Yeah. I would love that in the new year.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that Tuesday night jam. Yeah.
Can't go wrong with that. It's all good. Okay.
We'll see how we work, because right now we'll work it out, because I play on, I don't know if you know about Mixcloud. I play music on there on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But but we can work that out.
Yeah. I'm not just gigging on Tuesday. If I think of something, I'll reach out to you like on a weekend. I sometimes do like fish bones.
Okay.
In Southfield or something like that.
Right down the street.
Right down the street from us.
Yeah. So Yeah, we'll make it happen.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Sounds good to me.
I'm excited already.
Hey,
I want to thank you for reaching out to me. Like I said, I'm a nervous wreck still, even though I've been talking all this time. But glad
Well,
you did
you
that. Okay.
glad you accepted.
glad you
Glad you
accepted.
accepted.
Yes, we
Because, like I say,
enjoyed
because
you.
you know, the whole point of this podcast is that people got stories that other people need to hear.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes we don't think our story is much, but your story is inspirational, without a
Yes.
doubt. And so people need to hear what you had to say.
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I don't consider myself that interesting, but I'm I'm just like I said, shy. Okay. I love inside what I do, but I just don't think it means that much to somebody else. But you're telling me it does, and
Oh
other people
yeah.
too. It just
And,
never settles on me yet.
well,
So
think of it this way: us mere mortals, we had to pay to come see you do your thing. Hey, you think about it like that.
And
Think about it
music,
like that.
like dancing, is just good for the soul.
that's
You already said Betty ain't playing unless you there.
Right.
So we gotta pay to see you do your thing.
oh,
That's right.
she has stuck up for me so many times, man, over the years, because you know, in the music business, you always got cutthroats and people trying to
Of
backstab.
course.
Right.
And she's always stuck up for me and decided to tell them to go take a flying leap
Leap.
somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So
So,
trust me, I know. Because I'd leave you with this story because we had to tell my cousin who was on here last year at this time. He
mhm.
wrote a song way back when, and he met this young lady at a restaurant at Steve's, as a matter of fact, had her recorded. They didn't think that nothing really happened with it. So they went on about their business. Oh, I don't know, about 10, 15, 20 years later, he gets a call. They playing his song over in Europe. This other group then took his song, changed a few bars, and put their name on it.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. That's what happens, and it happens way too often.
Right. And
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
lucky for him, somebody he knows heard it and contacted
Yeah.
him. So he wound up getting his writing credits for this song.
Yeah. So now he get his
I'm
royalties
glad
for that. Yes.
man, because it don't always come down like that.
No. And
So that's
he didn't
beautiful.
get what he deserved, but he got something.
Mm-hmm.
You got yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Better than nothing. Better than nothing.
Right. So I know when you say it's a cutthroat, I know. And when you got somebody like
Oh
Betty
yeah.
standing up for you, you got somebody standing up for you.
No, even when I was working with Stevie, we knew we had people in Stevie's own office wanting to, you know, subvert what we were doing and bring in their people.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
like I said, Stevie was strong and righteous.
Yeah.
Okay, he knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
So it's all good.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Yes, sir.
Wonderful.
We thank you for being on here.
Yes, I
Thanks for
appreciate
having
you
me.
so.
You have a blessed day and a
Y'all,
blessed the rest of your career.
Amen.
thank you. Man. Y'all stay safe and happy New Year. Okay, we'll be in touch. All
All
right.
right.
All right now.
Hood.
All right. Take care now.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye.
That was so wonderful.